Hey folks, Moose here. So, first off, I want to apologize for any background noise. The fans are going. It's kind of steamy here and muggy today, so I've got to keep cool somehow. So this video is going to be the part of the big haul series. This is going to be on one particular type of server blade. There are several different types in there. And they're going to vary depending on whatever the individual company's needs are. So let's just take a look and see what's in this one. Alright, so first things first, the first thing I did was out of the back here, there were two of these power supply units. Pulled those out. I'm not going to scrap these because these are worth 25 bucks each. So that's 50 bucks right there, one plate. I'll show you the stack of those in a minute. So next, I've already taken apart several of these, so I'm kind of getting good at it. There's a couple of screws here on the back. You want to take those out first. It's going to make the other part easy. Alright. Those screws down. Get the three up here off. There's a couple more on the side. We got those off. Next, we have to unlock it. Push and release. We got our lid here, which is just light iron. And it's plastic that comes out pretty easy. Alright, so this one, there's two different types in here. You have some that have two CPUs and some that have one. This one just has one. But right off the bat, you've got this nice solid copper heatsink, which weighs exactly 2 pounds. Right, so it's a great way to start. Next up, you've got some of these RAM sticks. So the ones in this one are all 4 gigabyte. So I put those aside. I've got a tray back here I'll show you later. Alright, now a lot of these also have cards in them. They each have 2 of these. And these are selling for about $20 each, so that's $80 in cards in there. So we've got 80 plus the 2 power supplies. It's another 50. The RAM sticks, we'll be selling those in bulk, and the CPUs as well. So I know right off the bat, some people are going to ask, why don't you just sell the whole blade as a whole, which you can. Oddly enough, I've found that these blades are only going for about 100 bucks each. That's what they're actually selling for, so you can make more money in the parts. Alright. CPU, being very careful with this. You want to make sure that you don't damage the capacitors on the back side or any of those foils. Get off some of that thermal paste there. So these are all Intel Xeon processors, or L series. So they're not worth a whole heck of a lot, but when you have them in bulk, there are people out there who will buy a whole bunch of them at once. And for this particular type of server blade, so far I've done a few of them. That's CPUs for just this type of server blade, and then all the RAM sticks from just this type of server blade. Alright, next up we've got these little removable plug-and-play fans. So I've been putting them aside in a box here. Probably got 100 so far. These are selling for about 20 bucks for 10. And you know, they're small, they're lightweight, so easy to ship. And I've already done the research on different components in here to kind of get an idea of what they're selling for, so that I know, basically, take apart and sell, scrap it all, or sell it all as one piece. And this is the most profitable way. Alright, so everything else that's in here, everything else is going to get scrapped. This motherboard, I suppose you could sell it, but I'm having a hard time finding exactly what kind of motherboard it is, and a lot of details about it. So it makes it hard for me to find out what it's worth and to list it, basically. You know what? I pulled out a little bit and I forgot to show you what was on it. Alright, so this little board, it's one of the first things I pulled out. I'll get into the boards afterwards. Right now I'll just pull everything up. And there's only 4 boards in here. 2 of them are fairly, well actually there's more than that, sorry. My mistake, there's more, we'll get to it. And, so we've got the power supply here, which unfortunately I've not really been able to find much of a value on. It's just a weird, unique, kind of like custom power supply, I guess. I've got these little Velcro tie downs in here that are really great. I've saved about 50 of them for me. They don't have much of a resale value, and they're a pain in the butt to get off. I'll use a razor, just slice them out so they come off easy. Alright, so there's the power supply. Got this little board in here. Rotary wire. So this board I tried to look up and see if this was worth anything. I couldn't find anything on it. Doesn't mean it's not worth anything, it just means I couldn't find anything on it. Wire. Next up, we get this board. This board that all the little fans plug into. More plastic to recycle. And this one you can actually listed right on it. It says number 7 recyclable, so that's easy to recycle plastic. And then we've got this backplane back here, which is what all that plugs into. Alright, and that board's done. That's our light iron there. And now we dig into the power supply. We've got some screws on the outside. So, I was saving one of these left to do this video after doing all the other ones, and 90% of them had 2 of these in it. Figures this last one didn't. This is one of these cases where one of these long drill bits comes in really handy. Alright, so that's all the iron. Board. Got this little board, which is kind of cool. It's got like IDE pins all around. Alright, so we've got in here, we've got a nice little bit of wire. I'd say probably a pound, a little grade. Alright, so let's go over the boards that we found here. So we've got the little bit of wire. It's probably a good pound or so. We've got this board, which was in the power supply. So we've got some nice gold fingers there. I'm going to clip off. Add those to the bucket. Alright, now this thing's got it's got some nice big chunks of copper on there, copper heat sinks. Some other little components that are gold plated. A bunch more gold plated pins down in there. There is a BGA chip underneath that aluminum heatsink. A bunch of MLCCs, some fairly nice little chunky ones back there. So that's it for that one. We got a little bit of gold flash plating on the corner and stuff. Then we got this backplane board, which basically is just gold plated pins in all these connectors on all sides. We got some LEDs. Those have a little bit of gold in them. That's pretty much it for that board. This one is fairly worthless. It's got a couple of ICs, some IC chips here and there, nice crystal oscillator, the nice gold brazed edge kind. There's gold plated pins in here, But that's it. None of these are gold plated. We've got this little thing that came off of one of the power boards in the power supply unit. So we've got all those IDE pins going all around it, a couple of IC chips. Got this board, which has another one of those nice little crystal oscillators, some gold-plated pins in there, some tiny MLCCs, some more tiny MLCCs, a couple of small IC chips. These are not gold-plated. That does not look gold-plated. A little aluminum heatsink over a flip chip. The other board in the power supply. Let's see. Not a whole heck of a lot on this one. Got some gold-plated IDE pins down there. A little IC chip. A couple little IC chips. That's not a whole heck of a lot. Got this board, which I've looked up the value and it's really not worth trying to resell. A little crystal oscillator there. IC chips. Some. That's pretty much about it. These the pins on the end there. And there are all gold-plated. Then we've got this beast of a motherboard. So on the back side, we've got a bunch of scattered, MLCCs and small IC chips. On the front, we've got tons of stuff. We've got all kinds of, some chunks of aluminum. We've got a bunch of IC chips, crystal oscillators everywhere. Got some tantalum capacitors. Some of those BGA chips, the good kind and the not so good kind. Yep, lots of MLCCs on here. And underneath all of these aluminum heat sinks, those are the flip chips. They're not really that great, but tons and tons of gold-plated pins. All right, and then this beauty, nice solid chunk of copper. Add that to the bucket. I probably got 60 to 80 pounds of those already. And that's it. So the rest is all just light iron shred and recyclable plastic. Alright, so that's it for that type of server blade. You're probably going to see some weird videos, stuff from like Scrapper John that he's dropped off. I've just purchased a new computer, and I'm in the process of getting rid of my slowly dying old one. And the editing software that I had for my old computer wouldn't let me upload any videos longer than 15 minutes. And now that YouTube has also taken away the video merge option, I'm really limited on these videos. So you're probably going to see some little, random ones in between the rest of the scrap haul here. But they will return as soon as I get everything else rolling. So again, thanks for watching. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe, share. Hit that bell so you get notifications whenever I put up new videos. Also, if you want to get entered into the 100,000 subscriber giveaway contest, which after this is going to get even bigger. All you have to do is just subscribe to the channels that I have in the video description, and that's it. It's that easy. And I mean, the prizes are going to be everything from gold ingots, silver ingots, copper, brass, aluminum, everything. I mean, all kinds of great stuff. So quantities are still yet to be determined, but this is a really big scrap haul. So I'm sure that, there's going to be quite a bit, especially with just the copper ingots. Oh yeah, I can't move that, but I've got a tote down here, a 25-gallon tote that's pretty much filled with those copper heat sinks that I just showed you. So there's going to be a lot of ingots made with that. So that's it. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.